Hey, Mission Insanity peeps. Are you so excited to find out how you're going to recruit 20 people in 30 days? I'm so excited. I'm going to share with you some information that I have learned and that I know that it's going to help so much. Okay, this is how we're going to do it. You guys, we are going to become professional storytellers. Why? Because stories are what sell. And obviously we never sell. I'm not a salesperson, but we share, and we share our stories. Stories are what connects us. Okay? Stories are what brings people together. And so I'm going to go over the 4 different components to your story. I want you to write these down. We'll also share a list in there, but really write them down. Put them on a notepad. Number 1 through 4, okay? Number 1, share your background. Number 2, say what you didn't like about your past or your background prior to it works. Step 3, share how it works products and or opportunity came to the rescue. Step 4, share your results or how you feel about your future. Got it? All right. So in the Mission Insanity page, we put a poll out. The poll was to ask which number of these 4 was the most important. And there are a lot of guesses. And really, truly, there's not a wrong answer, okay? All of those facets of your story are super important. But what we learned, and I'll share with you the aha and how we learned that, is that there is one part of it that is really, truly kind of the game changer in your story. And that answer is number 2. Number 2 is saying what you didn't like about your past or your background. Say you were at a job working 70, 80 hours a week. And you're on salary, and it's great salary, but do you own your time? No. Who does? Your boss. Say you are on food assistance, feeling like you have to meet with a bankruptcy attorney, and you get a foreclosure notice on your door. So the number 2 is so important, because why do we change what we're doing at the time? If everything was so hunky-dory happy, we wouldn't change. We would just continue to live happy butterflies and rainbows lives. But that's what connects those people. So in this training that I did, we got to share our story 4 different times with 4 completely different strangers each time. The first time we shared it, it was step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. We also did it in about 2.5, 3 minutes. So we had to find someone that we didn't know, which I didn't know anyone, so that was easy, and share our story with these 4 different components with them, and then vice versa. Okay, so, most of us were kind of really, really awkward, really new. We couldn't mention what company we were with, and we just got to share our story and listen to theirs. We were kind of all over the place, and it really just didn't flow, other than we're like, okay, we're looking at our notes. Okay, I'm sharing my background. Okay, blah, blah, blah. So then the next step, we took out step 1 and step 2. We did not share our background. We did not say what we didn't like about our background. We only shared how our company and their products and opportunity came to the rescue and what our results are and how we feel about our future. Now that was weird. And I didn't realize it because I personally thought it was step 4. Like my results or how I feel about my future was like the key. No. With that story being told that way without 1 and 2, it was blank. It was salesy. It was pitchy. It was kind of like, braggy. So, and again, it was 2.5, 3 minutes. The next step, the next time, the third time we told our story, we really honed in on step 2. We really focused on what we didn't like about our background, the pain, the stress, just whatever we were going through at that time. And I remember feeling when I was telling my story, and I really just got vulnerable, and I shared my story, and all of the leaders on this page are going to share theirs, and we're going to encourage you to do the same thing in the video comments. But I really honed in on where I was prior to It Works, what my life was like, and what I didn't like about it. And I actually started to cry. And I hadn't been to that point for a while. I hadn't remembered where I came from. And then swap, vice versa. And the girl that I was sharing my story with did the same thing. And we really connected. We really connected. And then we shared, what our results are and how we feel about our future. And it was awesome. And again, so about 2.5, 3 minutes that we got to have and share this. So then the fourth person that we shared it with, he says, okay, now I want you to do the same as you did the time before, but get it into 1 minute. And he timed us. So was it hard? Yes. Will it be hard? Yes. I promise you, all of us have been practicing our 60-second stories. But what we get to do is practice, practice, practice. And that is going to be the key to recruiting those 20 people. We are practicing our story in front of mirrors. We're recording it. The perfect place is to private message yourself and record it on Facebook Messenger, because that will only allow you to talk for 60 seconds. We are watching ourselves in the mirror. We're telling it to our family. We're sharing it with our kids. We're talking to our computer, whatever. We're writing it down and making it perfect. And folks, right here, that is the magic. When we share our story hundreds and hundreds of times with whoever will listen, you're going to connect with people. It's a numbers game, but the connection right there, if you're anywhere, if you're out and about and you're talking to someone and you're on an Uber drive and you're going to Disney, share it with the driver. Like, hey, can I share my story with you? And you're going to be so good. You're going to be nervous, but it's a stranger. And guess what? That might just be your new rock star. So sharing your story is key. I promise you, the better you get at it, the bigger you will see your recruitments go up. And your team is going to connect with you. Your team is going to grow. And so this is how we are going to do 20 in 30 days. Now, if you share your story once a day, that's not cutting it. Okay, because not everyone's going to sign up. I already shared my story lots of times in the past week. Okay, I have 3 people who are like, all right, let me hear more. The other, however many, says, you know what, I have to commit my time to this, or I'm really not interested, or they haven't replied back. That's okay. We're just going to keep talking to more and more and more and more people. And we're going to really focus on the wording that we are using, and then getting to the point where we're sharing our story. And that right there is powerful stuff. So tune in tomorrow at noon Eastern on our Zoom August kickoff call on missioninsanity.com, and we're going to reiterate why our stories are so important. We're going to ask that you share your story in the comments on this feed right now, and just get really good at telling your story. It gets me so excited because even though we feel like maybe we might not have a story, we do. It doesn't have to be like anyone else's. It's unique to you. So I'm excited. I can't wait to hear all of your guys' stories, to continue to share mine. We're just going to rock this month out, and that will set the precedence for this next 90-day push that we're doing. Okay? Have a good night. Talk to you soon.